Right, so all I've done, I've just folded it. Folded it up, and then, you know, like you do letters. And then put that in there because I'm going to stitch around it. So that's literally all I've done. Let me see what the size is. Well, it's the same size as the book page. Which these book pages are 9 3/4 by 7 1/4. Okay, I haven't cut anything down or anything. I just folded it. Yeah, sort of not the thirds really. Did I find the middle? I don't think I did. I didn't worry about it because I wanted this to be off center. Do you see what I mean? Because I quite like that, and then that go in there, and then you've got a sort of pocket that's at the side. Yeah. So all you do, just fold it in. You know, make sure that width there is around, so it fits into you. Right. It's nearly 4, but so that's 3 7/8. There we go. And then do that, and then fold up about a couple of inches, 2.5 inches perhaps, or 2 inches. Look, I was right first time. So fold up 2 inches, yeah, and then fold in, and then fold in again. Okay, and then all you do is fold them back, and then you've got an off-center V, which I quite like. And then I'm going to, well, you can cut that off, but I quite like the way that sits there. Okay, now I'm going to glue that and then stitch down the sides. Yeah. Okay, then I'll put one of these we made in an early video, and I'll link that video below. Okay, so I'm going to use that dinky one there, which is perfect. Oh yeah, raggedy mushrooms I called them tonight, because they are raggedy. I think just there a little bit. Like that. And then we've got a place for a tag, which I'm sure these fit in. Oh, that'd be nice in there. I haven't backed it yet. And then that will go in there. Ink it up and do all the other things, but I'm not going to worry about that. It's just showing you what I'm doing. And that can clip in as a floating pocket, or you can actually, I quite like this paper here, you can actually leave it so that when the person gets it, can put it and stick it where they want it, you know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clip that in, because I'm getting sort of like inspiration now. Just push that in there for now. Okay, I might even sew that one in, yeah, because I don't really want to interfere with that page there. I quite like it, but I'm going to place that there so I sort of know what's going on. So that's that one. Right, what's next? We've got, if we do that one, I think, yeah, let's have a look what I was going to do here. Yeah. Yeah, and that one sort of, yeah, that's fine. That's going to be an envelope. Okay, got ya. All right. So before I sew it, I'm going to stitch this on. Again, this is one I made earlier. All right, going to stitch that on. Then I'm going to stitch along there. Okay. And I can stitch all around there. Yeah. That's going to catch a little bit. I was just looking. I might just take that top off of there. Just a little bit long. Like that. Oh, do you know what? I can never cut straight with those scissors. Right, okay, let's have a look here. Yeah, so that's gonna, because that's upside down, that's what it is. I don't like that sort of thing, so I'm gonna just probably put that there, and that's gonna go there. Okay. Yeah. Can still stitch around it, so it's not thick or anything. There we go. Yeah, we need to all ink this up as well. But I'm going to stitch it first, and then we're going to ink it all up, and then a nice little, what I might do inside. No, we're going to keep it as an envelope, aren't we? Yeah. Here we go. That's all stitched on now. All right, so now I'm going to go around with some vintage photo. It's looking a bit white. Well, it's not white, it's tea stain, but it was quite a light one. I kept this one quite light purposely. I didn't back stitch on when I began this, so I'm just going to knot that. I forgot. I did check that it's the right side. I can go somewhere else in the journal. Not there. Pin it in. There. Lovely. So what have we got left to do? That's just another envelope. Oh, and that's this one. I'll go to town with that one a bit. I think I'll leave those till tomorrow. Right, so I thought I'd make a raggedy pocket or something out of this. So that's one of the ledger sheets. Little bit of lace, and that piece there come off of this envelope that I'm going to make. Haven't made it yet, but that was the bit at the bottom, and I thought we could make a pocket. It's a little bit short, that, but that's all right. I quite fancy doing something like that. I have to just check my size a minute because I want it to see. So that's going to be a bit. Let's go in a bit. Oh, there we go. Right, so that's going to go back there. So I don't want that to come any more than that, yeah? So I'm just going to, because we're going to have a pocket there, and we're also going to have a pocket here, but I'm going to do some like crazy stitching on it and everything. Just fancy it. I want a pencil. So I'm just going to mark there, but then I know that's going to go there. All right, so that's going to go like that. So we know that's the right size now. So I am going to stick that bottom down. Just showing you, everything doesn't have to be straight and lined up. It's going to go there. I'm going to ink everything up a minute. So I'm definitely into using vellum at the moment for some reason. I'll do the other way, I think. A bit more. So that's going to go, no, I want that there like that. Yeah. And then this, I'm going to ruche up along the bottom. Yeah. I'm going to ruche up that along the bottom, which I will do first, and then which I will do on that bit there. So I shouldn't have stuck that down. So I'm just thinking I'm going to stitch this pocket down, aren't I? If I do crazy stitching all over that, that's going to, I won't have a pocket. Right, so I'm going to put that like that, just for a bit of layering, a bit of texture. Let's put a little bit there. To keep it in place while I sew. It's from my scrap pile. Snippets. Yep, so the first thing I'm going to do is do the ruching on the bottom, and then I'm going to do some stitching all around this. Okay, and then I'll come back. Okay, stitched all around that, some crazy stitching, got loads of texture, and just folded over the top there. Okay, so we got a nice bit of you know, thickness going on. I mean, you can, when you do that, you can actually go back and distress this bit and then ink it up, and you just got a double layer there for, you know, for going in and out of pockets, because sometimes they can, you know, break down a bit and rip. So I tend to fold most things over. Oh, I'll use that in there. It's a vintage photo, and then let's scruff it up again. And I'm going to stitch along there. Don't need to do the bottom. And then I'm going to stitch along the top, okay? And then when it's still in the machine, I will begin to stitch around there, all right? Because I want that about there, okay? Like so, like that. And I think it just gives a different take on a pocket, really. And you have a pocket here and you have a pocket there. So I'll just go and do that, and I'll be back. All right, that's all stitched around, okay? So crazy stitching, loads of texture, and yes, I feel it's a little bit dull. So when that happens, you know, you go and get something to brighten it up. I thought, you know, definitely a bit of that sari silk, and all I've done is just tore a bit off, ripped a bit off, and then shredded it a little bit. So we got some things going on there, like that. Then I've got a little bit left over from some rust stuff. It was in my bit box, but again, it's just adding a bit of colour. And then I've got this Dinky Winky butterfly, freebie on the website, or I'm not sure whether it's on the Facebook group, but it's definitely on the website. And I thought that little butterfly might go nicely there. Now we've got something else going on. We've got some texture here. We've got loads of different, just a little bit more coming out of there, I reckon. Hold on a minute. I'm going to just lift that up a bit, like that. And then he's going to go there. Or that's going to go there. And that's going to go there. And I am going to do that, but I'm not going to stitch it. I am going to stitch it, but not at the moment, because I'm going to Actually, I'll stitch that on, that's right, and then I'm gonna glossy accent this so it's nice and shiny, so that I'll lift that page right up. Yeah, so I'll do that, and then I'll show you how I do the butterfly. I'm just going to stitch that on. There we go, that's that done. And then that little butterfly is just going to go in there. Yeah, let's glossy accent him because I've got to finish up now, so I'll just leave him to dry overnight then. There we go. Hope you can see that. It's quite dinky, sorry. I shall try and zoom in a bit, but I'm only on my iPad, so there we are. Okay, and I'm just going to leave him there overnight. Usually I do loads together, but okay, so I'm just going to leave that now. All right, and then we shall finish off tomorrow. So I'll see you again soon. Bye. That's all nice and dry. So I just got a few of the sparkly threads, not many, and just scrooshed them up because I thought that would be nice underneath there. So a little bit of gold poking through there. Okay, so I'm gonna put a bit of glue down and stick that over there, I think. I don't want it too raised up, so I'm not putting glue not just down the middle, and I want them to sort of raise up a bit, or just glue down the middle. I think that's looks okay to me. So that's that pocket finished until we put it in the journal. No, I'll show you that if you can. Yeah, a little bubble there, but that's okay. It's a junk journal after all. There we go. All right. I mean, this is why I like all this, because years ago when I was card making, you know, if that happened, that would it'd be in the bin. And I just, oh, it was so annoying, you know, because I was a bit of a perfectionist, and this really helped me get out of my comfort zone and, you know, things like that. So that's great. Right, so I'm going to put that away a minute. Well, that's drying, and oh yeah, I'll go back to this because I printed out my envelope, and I thought, this is what I thought. I know I've already put the sticky tape on the back of these, but I'm going to mount that onto card. Yeah, and I'm going to mount it onto card because I'm just going to stick down the edge, and then that is going to slip under there, and that will be perfect for that. And that will keep that envelope down. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do there. And I didn't get the card. I've got loads of scrap cards, so I'll just go and get a bit of them. Okay, I'll just stuck them on a bit of card. So we're going to put them on the edge here. There we go. Just needs to go in a little bit further. Okay, what I'm going to do, I think there's still quite a big hole, so I am going to just glue down a little bit more, only because I think the envelope, this might slip out too easily there, so just each side of there a bit more. Don't need quite such a big hole. And the same here. Okay. that's the middle of our signature, or it doesn't have to be the middle. I haven't done this one yet, but I'm going to round that corner off of there a bit. Hopefully it still fit in. I've got a spare one in case it doesn't. Needs inking up properly as well. Only takes a little bit off. Okay. All done. So that's that one done as well now. So put that in there because I'm just getting a collection back. And we'll go on to, well, getting a collection all together at the moment. I think I'm gonna do this one. Okay, just make a pocket, and again, well, it's going to be sort of like an envelope. I thought if I do it separate, then I can get, you know, up the right way. I don't mind that. That's fine, and that looks okay that way. And then that's that. So I'm going to just rip the end off of that, as you do. Maybe a little bit more. And I'm going to again do some crazy stitching on it. Alright, so I'm going to stitch around there first. But what I'm going to do is just fold that over like I do. Okay, and then rough it up in a minute. So I'll just do that a little bit. I don't want it straight, so let's have a look. Yeah, I quite like the rough end, but that means I'll have to back it, and these are quite thick anyway, so it's going to make quite a thick pocket really. These pages are quite thick paper. Just, if you notice what I'm doing, I'm just sort of like roughing it up a bit more. There. Not worried about that because something's going down the bottom there, so. That's it. Right, I'm just going to stitch around that a minute. Right, so I went ahead and finished that. Okay, just put a bit of decoupage on, so stitched it all together, put a bit of decoupage on here, and then a little thing there, a little topper there, and that's the napkin I used. I bought these about 18 months ago, so just used a bit of that. That's that one. So that's another one for the journal. Okay, trust me, start videoing and the sun comes out and it's straight in here, so hopefully you can see. I thought I'd get on with this today because I've done the junk in the trunk and things, and I had a few things to do earlier in the week, so I thought I'll just get a pocket done for the inside of this one, which I thought would look nice in there. And it's, instead of me folding the page over, I cut it because I want the words the right way up. So, and I'm going to stitch mine. If you weren't stitching it, then you could glue it down, and I'm going to ink up the edges after anyway. And I just thought I'd another bit of paper there, like that. Just fold it over. That gives another little pocket. Yeah, then I'll have one of my raggeties, and I'm going to put that there, and then I've got some little ferns that I've cut up on and I cannot believe that the Scan and Cut these, and not too bad either. You know, pretty good job. I don't know whether you can see. I might need to zoom in. Oh no, I've zoomed in. Don't know whether you can see that because of the light. Look how dainty that is. So I'm very impressed actually with the scanning cut. I haven't used, well, I've just started to use it. I cut a load of tickets out. I've cut quite a few of these out, and I just inked up. I mean, look at that one there. Ooh. So very good, very pleased with that. So I want a couple of those. I want 2 of those, I think. I've got all sorts in here. I've cut out some of, oh, when I went to do it again, because I saved the file instead of having to go through it, recognising it and everything, it wasn't exactly in the right place, so I've got a bit of a white border on that one. Okay, but that's okay because I inked that up. But the other one, the original ones I done were perfect, and I cannot believe that it took 11 minutes to cut them all, I will say. So it was quite, because I slowed the speed down. But very impressed. Look at that one. It's great. I mean, it's only thin card too, so. Right, I want another little one. Nice and small. So where the white bit is, I shall, instead of cutting it anymore, just dull it down a bit. There we go. And that's going to go sort of in there. Okay, so I'll go ahead and sew that. Yeah, I've got smaller ones of those somewhere. Let's cut a bit of that off. Something like that, and straight. I might put that mushroom, that's it. So that's going to go sit there like that. So we've got pocket there, and then we'll have a pocket at the back if you want to. All right, so I'm going to go and stitch all around that. Here we go, that's all done. And I've added the little ferns that I cut out with the scanning cut. I'm going to place that one in the middle. I'm going to make sure that's right down there because I want these bits hanging down there. I'm going to stick that in now, and I'm going to make sure I leave a pocket. So 3 sides. There we go, and then that's it. And find some tags to go in there. Can't put them in that top one yet because it'll might stick to it. So I've already got loads cut out. I'll find them. I haven't backed any yet or anything. Just got everything cut out. And they would be quite nice, I think. So I've got those like that. So once they're backed and everything done to them, I actually might only put one in there because I quite like that showing. I'm gonna just use a green one, I think, and then we'll have one at the top there, which we've got to make for that because that's quite a big one. I don't think I'll put any big ones in this. Oh, I just remembered I've got to get my belly bands out because I'm going to stitch those in somewhere. I know we've got these, but there might be too much. Well, it should be all right, but then it's a shame because we're covering all that up, aren't we? That's what we've done in the other video, didn't we? Right, okay. I think that's all right there. Yeah, and I'm going to find where to put belly bands. That's my next thing because I'm going to stitch them in, and I'm just getting ready to sew my signatures in, you see. So I will, that's the first signature. All right, let's have a look where we can put the belly bands. Ah, that lends itself to one, I think. There's that one. Okay, because that's quite a nice plain black ground, so we need to liven that up a bit, and I think it's better that way. Okay, we've got circles and that to go on the top, haven't we, that I've done, which I'm going to stitch around, so I'll try and find those. So I wanted to do something different with belly bands this time, so I think I'll go ahead and show you what I thought I was going to do with those. Right, so I made 2 going down and 1 across. Okay, and then there's like the yellow one sort of went with the yellowy goldy background that I've done there. That one is greeny, so that went with that one. And then the red one went with that. That was my idea when I'd done the kit. So I thought I'd put some of this behind it. I think they cut out the 2-inch round. I think I've done them for that, with a little bit of leeway, so that it wouldn't matter if you know, come in a little bit. There's nothing worse than having a perfect 2-inch circle and then you trying to line it all up, and then you get a white border, where I try to do it just to cut the mill bigger, and then you can go inside it. Just rearrange that a bit. Okay, so that one. Just trying to use all my bits up of this. Oh, and that's the other way, isn't it? That way. Right, so it's going to make sure I'm holding it away from me. It's squishing down a bit. And then this one that way. Yeah, this is someone did ask about this, where I did tell them in the UK. I get it from Boots. It's a bandage, and then it's doubled over, so I open it out so it's really thin. They're about £4.50, which is, I find them, you know, quite expensive really for the bandages, but you get a lot. So muslin's quite expensive in the UK, so I tend to just buy bandages and open them out, and you have all this nice. It does. I use it so much. Yeah. And now I'm going to use the Tim Holtz stress stuff on these, just to buff them up a bit, because these were printed on my inkjet, so not my laser. So a little bit flat in colour, because that was just normal card. I didn't have any matte photo paper for the card, so buff that up in a minute. Just brings it to life a bit. Don't need very much. Just probably got enough on my finger. Just rub some of that off. Goes a long way. Yeah, it's a Tim Holtz glaze, distress glaze. Brilliant for anything that's not waterproof. Instantly makes it waterproof. Right, cloth. They're all a bit damp, so. Okay, yeah, it's lovely. So that's them done. I'll trim that if I need to. I'll definitely need to do that bit there. So that's the belly bands. Now we've got to sort out where we're going to put them. Gonna stitch them in. Oh yeah, one was going to go there, wasn't it? I think we're right in there. I think that one. Yep. So that's going to go there, but I'm going to stitch the top and the bottom of that one. Okay. I think that looks nice there, because I'm not going to put anything on there, and then we can put some, yep, tuck some envelopes and things on that one. I know it's bigger, you just cut it down. I've done that because I wasn't sure what width to do it, so I've done it about 5.5, and I think, well, you just cut it down then. I think there. Yep, so I'm just going to mark the pencil there because we want that central. So there. No. So I will go ahead and stitch those on, and then I will come back. Right, that's all the belly bands stitched in. And say you don't need to do it. You don't need to stitch them in. You can glue them in as normal. I used to do that years ago. It's only because I like sewing and I like to use my machine that I do that now. It's the other one. Yeah. And the last one is the in there. Okay, so I've matched it up to this. Yeah, so that's that. So now we're gonna, oh, I've got to make something for the middle of that signature, haven't I? So I'll go and have a look to see what we've got. Yep, so I'm gonna put one of the large envelopes that come with the kit. So I need to ink all that up, and I'm gonna make sure it's inked up all on the seams as well, because I quite like that. Yeah, like that. And on the inside too. There we go. And that's going to go around that way. So I'm going to stitch that in there. Yeah. And then it will be like that. Okay. What I'm going to do here is a pencil draw line. Just show exactly where I want it. So I'm going to line there and there. Just remember to rub it out. There we go. So I'll tuck everything in. Well, I think we are ready now to sew in. It's quite, yeah, that one's quite fat because we've got that in there. Okay, so that's no problem, because the other, we'll put loads of different things in the other signatures to match, you know. Just that one's got that sort of embellishment in already. So Tommy put tags and everything in the other one, but I'm sewing that one in. So okay, which I'm going to now do a pencil line here as well. I want to try and catch that a couple of times if I can. I just had the pencil, didn't I? Where are you? I bet you're looking at it. Oh, there it's hiding behind the ruler. That I'll take out for now. So I want to make sure, but I'll do that nearer. I haven't prepared the muslin for it to be stitched into yet, so there's that one at the back, that one's the middle, and then that one. Yeah. Okay, I think that's going to look nice. Alright, so okay, so I'm going to go and prepare my little muslin for this to stitch into. I'll link the video below on how I stitched in the last one, a curved spine. Don't need to show you that again, and then I'll come back to you when it's all stitched in. Okay.